Hey everyone, welcome back to Teen 1D, and in this video I'm going over how to exercise and play sports with type 1 diabetes or even diabetes in general. And I know exercising with diabetes might seem hard and challenging at first. It definitely was for me. Like when I first I got diagnosed with diabetes and went on a run or exercise, I was like, how am I gonna actually be able to do this with diabetes because my blood sugar was just so bad during the time. But it does get better and does get easier. And in this video, I'll be going over how to have a better experience when exercising with diabetes or playing sports, either for school or for a club or just for fun. First, we're going over why exercising actually affects blood sugar. And the reason for this is because when you're exercising, your muscles need to use more glucose, and so it pulls more glucose from your body from energy. Thus, it uses more insulin, and your blood sugar drops because the glucose is pulled from your bloodstream, and there's less blood sugar in your blood. And also, another thing that happens is that your insulin sensitivity increases. Your cells become more sensitive to insulin, and thus your sugar is absorbed more efficiently, and you have a higher chance of your blood sugar decreasing faster. There's also something called the GLUT4 transporters, which is when even without insulin, your muscles can pull in glucose. So even if you don't have insulin on board, your blood sugar can still drop, although it's definitely much faster drop with insulin on board. There's also two different types of exercise, and it's important to know these two types of exercises before exercising, I guess, to know whether it'll increase or decrease your blood sugar. Because aerobic exercise or endurance exercises like running, swimming, playing sports like soccer or basketball, this causes a big drop in your blood sugar. But there's also anaerobic exercises, which are strength exercises like lifting or sprints or short bursts. These will usually either raise your blood sugar or just make it remain the same. And it's important to know these because depending on which one you're doing, you might need to eat or you might need to pretty much adjust your plan depending on which of these exercises you're doing. There's also other factors that could impact your blood sugar during exercise, such as your duration of the exercise, which is really important, and your intensity of the exercise, your starting blood sugar, the insulin on board is very important because obviously if you have more insulin on board, your blood sugar will be dropping much faster than if you have no insulin on board or very little insulin on board. Also, your hydration matters and the recency of any meals that you've had as well. Things to do before an exercise starts, like pre-exercise, is I would aim for having blood sugar obviously be between 100 and 180, but I think preferably maybe 120 to 160 because you don't want to have it 180 necessarily. I mean, you could, it's fine, but you also don't want to have 100 blood sugar because especially if the exercise is a long exercise or it's a rigorous exercise, and obviously if it's an aerobic exercise, so running, swimming, or soccer or sport, you do not want to have 100 or below blood sugar. And if you do, you should eat something maybe eat 10 to 15 grams of carbs before the exercise so it doesn't drop. So your blood sugar is between 120 and 140, 150 range before entering the exercise, because no matter what exercise you do, unless it's a anaerobic or strength exercise, your blood sugar will be dropping during the exercise, most likely. And so before this exercise, some things I like to a snack, so your blood sugar stays stable during the exercise. Some good snacks would be bananas, apple slices, especially with peanut butter, because this causes apple slices might be a little bit too quick of a spike, but if you combine it with peanut butter, then it kind of keeps your blood sugar elevated during the entire exercise, and it kind of counteracts the lower of your blood sugar that's happening, so it kind of keeps it stable during the entire exercise. Other good stuff are bars. I think bars are really good. Any type of granola bar or any exercise protein bar is good. Also, dried fruits can help. Some of them have a lot of sugar, so maybe some of them might not be good, but especially those that keep your blood sugar elevated for a while are good. And especially something that I recommend that I've been doing since diagnosis is something called a UCAN bar, and spelled UCAN. These bars are they come in either the bar form, which is chewable, or they come in liquid form, which is kind of like a Go-Gurt you can squeeze into your mouth. These kind of have 15 to 20 carbs, but they're very, very slow acting, and they almost never spike your blood sugar. They just slowly increase it over a period of 30 minutes to an hour. They increase your blood sugar. So this is perfect for if you're exercising for an hour, if you're doing a workout, if you're having a practice, if you're doing training or a game. any type of exercise that you're planning on doing that's above 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I would highly recommend getting these UCAN bars and just like trying them out, because they do not increase your blood sugar like really fast, and they keep it elevated really, really well. And whenever I eat them, I don't see my blood sugar really dropping or increasing too much. I see them being like the same throughout the entire exercise, as I think they're like the perfect counter to exercising, and they kind of work with almost all types of exercise really well. And yeah, like, even when I'm like going out to swim, which is like, in my opinion, one of the most exercises that actually drop your blood sugar, I see that if I drink a UCAN bar before swimming, it's still fine. It's able to keep my blood sugar elevated. But even if I go on a walk as well, which is much less demanding compared to swim, it still keeps my blood sugar relatively the same level as I were to be if I was swimming. So I would highly recommend like getting a UCAN bar, or another good thing is like the apples with peanuts. With peanut butter. I think these two are like the best methods of keeping your blood sugar like stable throughout an exercise. But also be careful and make sure that you like know what type of exercise you're doing before doing it. And so if it's like something more demanding, an exercise that's like maybe like swimming or running, or a sport like soccer, basketball, or I don't know, just a physically demanding sport, I would definitely recommend to eat something with more carbs compared to something that's like a little bit slower, or something that has less carbs in it. So it kind of counteracts the blood sugar spike more. And so when you have something that's longer, like a longer bit of exercise, or something that's a little bit more rigorous, you have more carbs and more fast acting carbs to counteract that that rigorous, heavy, longer exercise compared to shorter, less rigorous exercise. Moving on to how to manage like having sports at school or just any team sports in general, recommend letting everyone know, like your teammates, coach, and especially like your coach. I think this is like really important, because like you should explain to them what like low blood sugar signs look like what happens if like my blood sugar is low, what to do. And this could definitely really help you, especially like if you get low blood sugar often during times of sports and exercise. They could definitely help you out if your blood sugar gets low, and you can even give them one of the sprays just in case something goes wrong and they need to like help you if you fall unconscious because of low blood sugar. And definitely something to have while exercising is like while doing sports or while going on a run or exercising whatsoever. Definitely carry like either glucose tablets. Make sure you have like over 2 tablets, so like 3 to 4 maybe. Like either that or like candy, like Skittles or Starburst or something, or even sports gels. I've seen sports gels. I never used them myself, but I've seen them online, and I think they could be really well just to have like a small gel in that pack to squeeze it open in case your blood sugar starts dropping a lot. And also some tips is to stop, like if you're feeling dizzy or shaky or fatigued or like any of the symptoms of low blood sugar. It's kind of different for everyone, but these are like the overall kind of symptoms. Or if you just know that your blood sugar is dropping, I would definitely stop your exercise and like sit and I guess like eat something to get your blood sugar up. And also make sure to drink water frequently, obviously, and check your blood sugar mid-session if possible. I know sometimes it's like not really possible to check your blood sugar, maybe in the middle of a game or something, but just check it whenever you can, and it'll definitely help you here. Yeah, exercising overall I think is definitely doable, and playing sports obviously in a team with type 1 diabetes is definitely kind of scary, especially like maybe joining a sport, doing stuff that is like not on your own, I guess. But if you plan correctly, and if you have like the right snacks, and if you communicate with everyone who you're exercising with, you can definitely like still be active and like have fun and be safe. And so I would definitely not have having type 1 diabetes like stop you from exercising, stop you from playing sports at all. And I hope this video was beneficial for anyone watching. And if it was, leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you want me to go over anything next.